Losing casuals from the fan base is a good thing. I think so. I think this is a good shed. I lost 60 subs. Ugh. I'll never recover. Yeah, I'm saying? I'll be fine. I did my Moicano interview today, spontaneously, because he's well, I don't want to leak what he's doing tomorrow in case anyone hears and actually goes there. But yeah, today we did the Moicano interview, and it was pretty good. There was a lot of golden moments. There wasn't like, it didn't get crazy or anything like that, but there was some golden, subtle moments in the interview. There really was. He was talking about how he's recently become really good friends with Marab. He mentioned, what, you make a video saying O'Malley beat Marab in the video, so you guys will like that if you disagreed with that video. But yeah. He mentioned once in the interview that he's become good friends with Marab, and I was like, that's crazy, dude. It's a fight we'll all forget about in a few months, true. MMA moves on quick. Yeah, we'll be good. We got UFC Paris, which is actually a really good card. And I just spoke to Moicano about it, and he's cool. Moicano's always good. We had a good interview. I told him to trash Paris, and he said, no, brother, you're going to ruin my promo. So never mind. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to pick Moicano this week. I know, dude. I know. But I do think he wins. I do think he wins. But I'm going to get for it. I don't know. But that's just how it's going to have to be. If I want to collab with fighters, actually, me and Moicano had... I think Pimlet would beat Moicano, yeah? And he put me on the spot in the interview, and I did say it to his face. So maybe that will clear it up a little bit, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll get some points for that. But then it will be, but you collab with Pimlet, though. Ugh. You know what Moicano said? Need to mention this, chat. This is really cool. You know, Moicano wants to be on tough with Pimlet. We were talking about in the interview. He said if he gets tough with Pimlet, I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I mean, you're only like 2,000 people in here. But I remember the clip channels will ruin it all. So never mind. When does it come out? In a few days. Sick of people acting cool by picking Roundtree. Roundtree beat Anders and then versus Ion Kutalaba and lost to Marcin Tybura. I know. He got pro versus day one sparring versus DJ, yeah. Thank you for the £5. I'm going Pereira. A lot of people are saying Roundtree's getting counted out, but they ain't watched a Jacoby fight. He got picked apart pretty much. Landed some good shots, but got picked apart. Even the Smith fight. Am I wrong, chat? Or did Roundtree look in the early rounds of that as well? Like, I think Smith would get destroyed by Pereira in a round. I thought he looked a bit against Smith, and Smith stepped up on short notice. You know? He eventually got the finish, of course, and it looked cool, but I don't think these fans saw that like the rest of the fight. I watched it back. I missed it when I was in South Africa, but I watched it back afterwards. If effective grappling is worth as much as effective striking, then Oliveira has a very real claim to that fight, because a good sub attempt could equal a knockdown. If it's a good sub attempt, yeah. I personally think, chat, I'd love to add this rule. It's dumb, and it's a Rogan take. If you've got a locked-in submission at the end of the round, you shouldn't be allowed to be saved by the bell, dude. I do think that. Because they have essentially finished a fight there. Like, they should silence the bell, and the guy should have to get out of the locked-in submission at the end of the round. It's a Joe Rogan take, I get it, but it is kind of a make sense take. But they'll never do that. They shouldn't do it, but it would be cool if we could see how fights would be twisted other than that. You know what I mean? But obviously it makes no sense because you need rounds, you need ad breaks, you need scoring of the rounds, and it'd just be too goofy and circusy to pull that off. But, you know, Oliveira had a locked-in triangle in the second round on Armin. I don't like that they just separated and then all of a sudden, like, oh, never mind, back into round 3. You know what I mean? That was just weird to me. That's all. Thank you for the £5 again about this. Hilarious. All these guys acting like they love watching wet blanket fests to seem like hardcore fans. I know. It's enjoying everything is the new covert ops. I'm a hardcore fan technique. It's very strange. Like, it's okay, bro. You don't have to pretend. No, that's what they're doing now. It's crazy. I'll tell you this right now. You know, Okoye is saying that O'Malley has no chance of winning. He would make the argument I'm making for O'Malley for Adesanya, but he'd make it way more. You know he would. You know he would. Absolutely he would. If Strickland would have went out there and held Adesanya with his arms around his waist, kneeing his thigh, and landing little flurry shots, but Adesanya landed good, crisp shots on the feet, he'd absolutely be making that. But it's just everyone's going to have their bias in the game, and we're never going to see eye to eye, and that's okay. He'll get no viewers, and I'll have the fan base. It's all good. The only MMA YouTuber I'm interested in collaborating with ever is Bedtime MMA, because I think he's the only legitimate one at this point. He's the only legitimate guy in the scene, other than I mean, there's others, but he's the only one with like a type of following that's legitimate. Then same for rocked fighters, Tony versus Gaethje. Dude, imagine, though, how different history would have been if they let that fight go on at the end of the second. Not if they let it go on, but imagine if Ferguson would have caught him a bit earlier. Gaethje wouldn't have gone for that same uppercut if he didn't hear the 10 seconds left noise. But, you know, what's your beef with Clip Channels? Free promotion? No, I don't have a beef. They wouldn't exist if I had beef with them. Like, they're allowed to do what they do. I just think sometimes they, you know, just do hate bait a lot of the time. But that's what gets views, so I get it. One thing I cannot fucking stand, Gracia muting swearing. That is so fucking lame. If I don't mute swearing in my own fucking videos or the streams, why are you muting swear words so you can get maximum monetization? It ruins all of the clips. It really does. And a lot of clip channels do that nowadays. You're allowed to swear on YouTube. You may get limited monetization at times. Find a clip where I don't swear as much for the first minute and then post the rest of your 8-minute video. I swear a lot in videos and I don't get only in the start. Maybe I just don't watch any more than the first fucking minute of the clips, but it does. Don't put the ones with lots of swearing at the start then. Because I was like, I don't know. I think you were doing a Jay from In-Betweeners things. And one of them was, and they were muting all the swear words. And I was like, there's no point me saying it then, you know? And there was another thing I was doing impressions of. And the funny parts were the swearing. I like swearing. You've become unwatchable. It's funny you'll still watch him. You know what I think? I think you lot don't realize what I used to be. It is funny. You know, I was a lot worse than this for years. For like 3 years on the come up, I was way worse. I was way, way worse. But it's all good. But, you know, don't watch. Those who know, yeah, I was saying some... Like, my old rages after fights and shit and copes, like, they were different level back in the day than they are now. The original Marab rage, you know what I'm saying? Very different stuff, dude. Very different stuff. But I got a couple dubs with the Jones vid and that, and now, I don't know, everyone thought I was a good guy. I don't get it. Was Evloev, and I thought and still think Aljo is a way better as a sub threat and a wet blanket. I don't know. I would have probably gone with Evloev. I think he's a little cleaner on the feet than people give him credit for. Does anyone agree, chat, on the Evloev take? Like, he was on the feet for a while against Lopez and he didn't get smoked. You know what I mean? He didn't get smoked. Like, I think people think he's worthless on the feet, but he is all right. You know, he has a good jab. Yeah, he's got a stiff jab. He keeps his hands up at times. He caught Lopez with a good shot in the first. He just doesn't have power to finish. I think people, yeah, Arnold, even against Arnold, he rocked him, had him wobbled, you know? So, yeah, people kind of discredit Evloev's striking, but it's all right, you know? It's never been damage-based scoring. Yeah, it hasn't. It totally hasn't been that for the last 5 years. You're right. These new fans don't know anything about anyone. Jones runs through him. They weren't even here for his Reyes Santos fights. They're just coming into the sport and saying shit like they've been around. It's crazy. I feel like an OG. Dude, AJ got fucked up. AJ got fucked up. What a standout performance from Dubois. Where do you see him going from here? You know what's sad about Dubois, yeah? You know the body shot he landed on Usyk? The ref said groin shot, so Usyk stayed on the ground. He would have got back up if it wasn't for that, but you know. Dude, he will ruin heavyweight boxing forever if he is the guy left at the top of the mountain. Once Usyk is retired and Fury may not stick around, who knows? He will ruin boxing. You know what I mean? Dubois wins, and it was an amazing KO. I get it, yeah. But he is so personality-less. It's actually really dangerous. No one really knows, but if you actually have seen Dubois interviews throughout the years, he is genuinely like there's nothing going on in his head. You know? But it is what it is. Good win from Dubois, though. Amazing win. He looked good. AJ fucking does not deal well with fucking heavy hitters at heavyweight, does he? I actually think AJ could beat Fury. Usyk beats all of them. I think Fury would school Dubois, though. Do you guys agree with that take? I think Dubois wouldn't be able to land on Fury. But AJ just can't deal with these bully power hitters, it feels like. But yeah, AJ, dude, did you see the clip of AJ giving a look to the crowd before he got KO'd? Bacoli. Did you see the clip of AJ? He looked over and went like this. And then he went like this. It's all right. I got this. Landed on Dubois and then went for the finish. Got slept, dude. I don't know if anyone's seen that clip. He literally gave the crowd a look like, I got it in the bag. And then he got slept. Shambra, they don't fucking say that, right? Nathan Reed, thank you for the membership. Dubois will finish the job on Usyk. He won't. He landed a body shot on Usyk, but Usyk would have got back up if the ref said it was a body shot. You know? Thank you for the $2 platoon. You can't use that to say he would have finished him. Because Usyk literally looked at the ref like, are you going to call that a body shot or a groin shot? And he went low. And then Usyk went, oh, yeah, it was low, and started like sitting down, getting his recovery. He would have stood back up and rode out the round if he got through it. And insult MMA Central to bring back the intro, please. You want me to fucking terminate your channel, do you?